Viktor Frankl was an Austrian psychiatrist and psychotherapist who was born in Vienna in 1905. The son of a civil servant, Frankl studied philosophy and psychology in college. He took up a particular interest in depression and suicide and would dedicate his entire life to helping those struggling from these issues. First, he set up youth counseling centers in Vienna, which successfully helped decrease teen suicide. After earning his doctorate in medicine from the University of Vienna, he headed the female suicide prevention program from 1933 to 1937 at the Am-Steinhof Psychiatric Hospital. Unfortunately, the Nazis shut it down in 1938, and by 1942, Frankl and his entire family were taken to Theresienstadt concentration camp. Within the next 3 years, Viktor spent time in 4 different concentration camps: Theresienstadt, Auschwitz, Kaufering 3, and Turkheim. All of his family members were killed in the camps. His mother and brother were killed in the gas chamber, his father died of starvation, and his wife Tilly died of typhus. His sister Stella escaped to Australia. When the war was over, he returned to Vienna to continue his work. It was during this period he formed one of his greatest works on the lessons of suffering, not only on how to endure it, but also how one can find purpose and meaning from it. In one of the greatest bestsellers of all time, Man's Search for Meaning. It has sold over 10 million copies and been translated into 24 languages. While this book offers countless lessons and insights, I've chosen to focus on a few of the most important ones, in my view, starting with the power of love. Viktor and Tilly met while she was working as a nurse and he was working as a doctor at a hospital in Vienna. They married in 1941, and just 9 months later they were taken to the concentration camps. They were separated there, and eventually Tilly passed away due to typhus. Though Viktor did not know whether Tilly was alive or not, he spoke often of how he used her image and memory to get him through and find some solace in his ordeal. As we stumbled on for miles, slipping on icy spots, supporting each other time and time again, dragging one another up and onward, nothing was said, but we both knew. Each of us was thinking of his wife. Occasionally, I looked at the sky, where the stars were fading and the pink light of the morning was beginning to spread behind a dark bank of clouds, but my mind clung to my wife's image, imagining it with uncanny acuteness. I heard her answering me, saw her smile, her frank and encouraging look. Real or not, her look was then more luminous than the sun, which was beginning to rise. He came to the conclusion. Then I grasped the meaning of the greatest secret that human poetry and human thought and belief have to impart. The salvation of man is through love and in love. He explains further. For hours I stood hacking at the icy ground. The guard passed by, insulting me, and once again I communed with my beloved. More and more I felt that she was present, that she was with me. I had the feeling that I was able to touch her, able to stretch out my hand and grasp her. The feeling was very strong. She was there. I understood how a man who has nothing left in this world still may know bliss, be it only for a brief moment, in the contemplation of his beloved. In a position of utter desolation, when man cannot express himself in a positive action, when his only achievement may consist in enduring his sufferings in the right way, an honorable way, in such a position man can, through loving contemplation of the image he carries of his beloved, achieve fulfillment. This concept is very powerful because although no one may be facing the same trials as Viktor was going through, all of us as humans at some point will experience suffering, and surely the loss or separation of a loved one. Whether it be death, war, or any of the perplexing and often tragic arrows life can throw at us, it is an interesting concept, if true, to believe that there can be some kind of communion or experience with those we love even without their physical presence. A thought crossed my mind. I didn't even know if she were still alive. I knew only one thing, which I have learned well by now. Love goes very far beyond the physical person of the beloved. It finds its deepest meaning in his spiritual being, his inner self. Whether or not he's actually present, whether or not he is still alive at all, ceases somehow to be of importance. Viktor went on to be remarried to Ellie Schwint and had one child with her, Gabrielle. He lived the rest of his days out in Vienna, immersed in his work. Although Tilly wasn't there to live out the rest of his life with him, there's no doubt she was with him in his heart and memory, not just during the horrors he went through during the Holocaust, but until he died in 1997 at the age of 92, when he would finally be reunited with her again.